By midseason, I feel like we all knew that she was going to break this record if she kept consistent. And what makes this record so funny to me is that some of her biggest haters called her out during the beginning of the season, and there are these tweets that are now going.
Remember those tweets doubting Caitlin Clark's ability to lead the league in assists? Well, she just smashed the WNBA single-season assist record with an incredible 3,177 assists. That's right, minus 3,177. The critics? Silent. Clark let her game do the talking, rewriting the WNBA rookie playbook. Here's how she made history.
Caitlin Clark passed more milestones in her career, the first being the single-season assist record.
Remember those viral tweets claiming Caitlin Clark couldn't lead the league in assists? They didn't age well. Let's rewind and see how Clark silenced the doubters and turned them into believers.
Some of her biggest haters called her out during the beginning of the season.
All started with D. Carrington's
Janae Carrington tweeted, "Caitlin might lead the league in assists this year."
It all started with D. Carrington's tweet.
She replied, "Don't play with me."
Sounds innocent enough, right? But the responses that followed were far from supportive. Alyssa Thomas, the former assist record holder, fired back.
Replied to her with a bunch of laughing.
And oops, she didn't even bother with words, just a string of laughing emojis.
She said, "I lied. AT finna lead the league in assists. I told her my tweet was fuel."
Can you believe it? These WNBA legends were practically laughed off the court before she even stepped on it. But wait, there's more. Just a few weeks later, DJ Carrington tweeted.
These tweets are now resurfacing and going viral.
Those tweets spread like wildfire. Everyone had an opinion, and most were kind of Clark. But here's the twist. While the internet buzzed with doubt, Clark was busy proving them all wrong.
This is a WNBA record, not just a rookie record. She set this in her first season in the WNBA.
Within a week, Clark's assist numbers kept climbing. It wasn't just a hot streak, it was an avalanche. She threaded passes possible gaps, found teammates no one else could see, and the craziest part, she made it look easy.
Nobody from this group that I just mentioned, Dejanay, Alyssa, or Cheryl Swoops, saying anything about Caitlin breaking the record, and I'm sure that they probably won't.
Clark inched closer to the record, and you could feel the tension building. Would she really do it? Could rookie lead the league in assists? The basketball world held its breath. Then it happened. Clark didn't just break the record. She obliterated it with 3,177 assists. Let that sink in. 3,177. Not just a new rookie record, but a new WNBA single-season assist.
And Clark. I mean, that's clearly a foul, which was called. The question is, will they call it unnecessary? Kennedy Carter.
You know what's even better than breaking records? The sound of critics going silent after Clark's incredible achievement. Carrington, Thomas, and Swoops. Nothing but crickets. No congratulations, no acknowledgments, just deafening silence.
It was going viral. She said she didn't have any regrets. If you guys also remember, Angel seemed to be like cheering her on.
You might be thinking, okay, she's good at passing, but what else can she do? Well, buckle up, because assists were just the beginning of Clark's domination. She was about to show the world she could do so much more than just dish out assists. Clark silenced her critics with her playmaking, but some players still doubted her. One opponent even asked, besides three-point shooting, what does she bring to the table? Clark's response. She served up a feast of records that left her doubters eating their words. Remember that push from Kennedy Carter? It wasn't just a shove, it was a challenge. And Clark was ready to meet it head on.
In an interview around that same time, Kennedy Carter came out and said, besides three-point shooting, what does she bring to the table, man, when she was talking about Caitlin Clark. And I just think it's so ironic and so funny because obviously she brings a lot more to the table besides three-point shooting. She is also getting her teammates.
Early in the season, Kennedy Carter knocked Clark to the ground in a moment that set social media on fire.
Single-season leader and assist.
But the real fireworks were yet to come. You'd think Carter might have backed off after that viral moment, but no, she doubled down. In a post-game interview, Carter threw down the gauntlet, questioning Clark's skills with that now infamous line. Besides three-point shooting, what does she bring to the table?
Broke the record for most points ever by a rookie. So Caitlin Clark has broken the WNBA rookie single-season scoring record set by Simone Augustus 18 years ago with 746 points and count.
Clark could have fired back on Twitter or given a fiery interview, but that's not her style. Instead, she let her game do the talking, and boy, did it speak volumes.
Another record that she broke was for the most double-digit games by a rookie with 34 games and counting.
In the games that followed, Clark didn't just play well. She rewrote the rookie record book. Breaking the assist record wasn't enough. She had to prove she was more than a one-trick pony. First up, points. Clark started piling them up like she was playing a video game on easy mode.
Funny record that she broke just within the
Game after game, Clark put up numbers that made veterans look like rookies. But she wasn't done yet. Then came the double-digit games, those performances where a player hits 10 or more in multiple stat categories. For Clark, they became routine. She wasn't just having good games, she was having historically great games.
She records a 35-point game in her rookie year, passing Cheryl's career high of 34 points in a single game in her entire career.
But here's where it gets really interesting. As Clark's stats kept climbing, anticipation grew. People weren't just wondering if she'd have a good game. They were wondering if she'd make history again.
It just goes back to the people who have been hating on Caitlin Clark. And again, I feel like a select few that have been unapologetically hating on.
In a game that had everyone on the edge of their seats, Clark erupted for 35 points. And it wasn't just a great scoring night, it was a statement. With those 35 points, Clark didn't in the game, she surpassed Cheryl Swoops' career high.
So the teams right now are sending out like PR packages, media packages for the WNBA end of season awards. So the Fever sent out a package with their picks for certain awards. They have Caitlin Clark for Rookie of the Year and All NBA. They have Kelsey Mitchell for All NBA. They have Aaliyah Boston for All NBA, and they have Lexi Hall for Most Improved.
Think about that for a moment. Cheryl Swoops, the same person who mocked Clark with laughing emojis, now had to watch as a rookie surpass her best scoring performance. If that doesn't silence the doubters, nothing will.
Now, on this stat card that you see, one of the media people took a photo of it and tweeted it out. On this little card that you see, it lists all of these women's accomplishments, and you'll see in Caitlin's category, the text is very, very small. And then at the end, it says, can't read all of Cece's accomplishments, scan below for better.
With all these achievements piling up, it was impossible for the league not to take notice. Clark wasn't just playing great basketball, she was changing the game itself. And changing the game was only the beginning. As teams prepared their submissions, Fever faced an unusual problem. Clark's season wasn't just great, it was off the charts. What do you do when one player's accomplishments are too big for the page? Let me paint you a picture. Every year, WNBA teams put together polished media packages for end-of-season awards, a highlight reel, but on paper. Most players' achievements fit neatly on a single page, but for Clark, well, that was a different story.
It says, in a rookie class of her own. And then it says, Caitlin Clark's ranks among all 2024 WNBA rookies. She is first in points per game, averaging 19 points a game. First in field goals made, 230. First in assists per game. Second in defensive rebounds. First in steals per game. First in three-point field goals made. And first in free throw per. If you scroll down, it says 22 reasons. And this is 22 league or franchise records that Caitlin has set. With all of that, it really got me thinking, is she the greatest rookie of all time? I know that we have seen on multiple podcasts where they have talked about her being not only the greatest WNBA rookie, but the most impactful and most influential rookie across the board and any, on the front of Sports Illustrated, The Chosen One. It was like magazine covers, what was it, like $100 million deal or something with Nike. Like the LeBron James effect was insane, and that was 20-some years.
But Clark broke the mold. When the Fever sat down to list her achievements, they hit a wall. One page wasn't enough. 2 pages, still not cutting it. They had to get creative. So what did they do? They made an entire presentation deck just for Clark. Can you believe it? A rookie with so many accomplishments, they needed a PowerPoint to